Alright, another episode of the T4Cast. It has been quite a while since I last recorded one. Probably since, May? I'm just guessing. I don't really know off the top of my head, but I would assume the last episode was probably May. And that is because, like I've said before, I record these while I'm driving home from my second job. Well, I can't work at my second job because there's no hours. So, haven't really been driving home. Haven't had long drives home, I should say, since the end of May. But we're back at it now. The summer is over, if you will. Technically, it's not. Ends on September 22nd. But for my job, the summer's over. And, so I finally have some hours, so I'm back, so I can start doing these again. Obviously, over this time, I've thought of a lot of different topics, and it's been difficult trying to choose which one to talk about first, because the one I talked about first, I wanted to be more like, I don't know, a solid enough pilot episode of the new season, if you will. So, anyways, what I decided I was going to talk about is, what is up with people's obsession with famous people? I feel like I might have already done this before. I don't know. I probably think about it a lot, so maybe I never really did record it. It's just something I've always thought of. But it is one thing that I have always wondered about my whole entire life. I don't understand why people are so obsessed with famous people. They have magazines if you want to call them magazines, I don't know if they're called tabloids at Walmart about famous people. They have the shows at night. Access Hollywood, Inside Edition, TMZ, what else is there? All about just centering on famous people. I mean, you have paparazzi that ruin famous people's lives by constantly being on them, taking pictures and trying to get impromptu interviews and this and that. And I'm like, I don't get it. What is the obsession? At the end of the day, a famous person is just a person like you or I. They were born just like we were born. They have favorite drinks and meals just like we have favorite drinks and meals. They have parents. They have pets. They have favorite activities to do. They also have things that they hate. Maybe they're fit, but they absolutely hate working out. But because the role that they landed for their movie requires them to be ripped, they have to work out all the time, and they hate it. Just like most regular people hate working out. That's why we're a fat society. But, I don't get it. I'm like, they're nothing special. It's not like famous people are aliens or something. And it's like, whoa, this is cool. I want to meet one. See what their home planet is like and stuff. They're just normal people like me and you. And yet you got these people that their whole entire life revolves around basically like cyber stalking famous people, if you will. I don't know. Probably not cyber, but I'm talking about the people that buy the magazines and watch those TV shows and all this, follow TMZ on Twitter and stuff, just so then they can get the constant updates. And I don't get it. And I feel like also these people that you follow, or that you really obsess about, I should say, majority of the times really aren't that special. Let's take a look at like a current modern day one that everybody's so obsessed with. Taylor Swift. What the F is so special about her? Okay, she's a girl who is terrible at maintaining a relationship. Okay, she finally sort of has one with Travis Kelce. They got engaged, which we'll see how long this even lasts because of her track record. She can't keep a guy, so who knows? They'll probably get married, and then shortly thereafter they'll be divorced. Maybe not. Maybe this will work out, and it'll be great for both of them, and congratulations. But based on her track record, highly doubt it. I don't know anything about Travis's dating history, so I can't really use that for a comparison. But her, we know she's terrible. She dates someone for a week, and then they break up, and she makes a whole album about him. So, but yeah, that's what you want to idolize? Or you want to idolize somebody who's kind of, I don't want to say sexually depraved, because I don't think she is. Granted, yes, she's a huge whore, and for some reason nobody calls her that. But she's not really super depraved, it's not like she's doing all kinds of gross stuff and she's like a raging slut or something. She just likes to be not promiscuous, but I don't know, her album covers lately have been getting a little more is scantily the word I'm looking for? Scantily is usually with clothing, risque, that's the word I'm looking for. Getting a little more risque, and some of her songs are sort of immoral, and it's like, why is that your role model? Or let's take a look at Beyonce. You know, everyone, oh, Queen Bee, oh, Queen Bee. Why is she a queen? Again, all she does is sing music. And let's break that down too. First off, what she really broke onto the scene with and got famous for on like a huge mainstream level would be Destiny's Child. I say this because I'm sure she was on like all these other things too, like other people have been, like Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears and all them were on some other show when they were kids, and I'm sure Beyonce was in that same boat. But nobody really knows her. Nobody started being a fan of her from that. They started to become fans of her from Destiny's Child. But look at what Destiny's Child is. That was a female group where basically all they had to do was sing. You know, first off, they might have had ghostwriters, so they weren't even writing their own music. You know, they weren't producing their own music, so they didn't have to worry about that. They're not mixing their songs, so they don't have to worry about that. They don't have promoters. It's just getting out there by themselves. I mean, not by themselves. It's getting out there by someone else putting in the work to market them and everything. And yeah, and if one of them specifically kind of was a little crappier than the other ones, I guess, it's okay. Destiny's Child as a whole still could have been successful because the other two could have carried. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, I guess Beyonce, you could argue, was the face of that group. She seemed to always go first on the songs, and she kind of carried it. A lot of times she was the hook person as well. But let's say, you know, she wasn't like the face of the band, the group, whatever you want to call them, and wasn't good or whatever. Well, you still have Kelly Rowland and Michelle that could go and sing and carry it. And, you know what I mean? Destiny's Child would have still flourished. So, right out the gate, nothing too special there. And then by herself, same situation. She's still not that special. Okay, so now she sings on her own and she can prove, yeah, this is why I was the leader of the group. Okay. But here's the thing with her singing. It's pretty run-of-the-mill. You know what I mean? It's not like she has any special abilities. Like, I don't know, let's say Mariah Carey, how she can do that super high-pitched stuff. Personally, I don't really care, but that's at least like her go-to signature move, let's say. But Beyonce, what does she have? She just sings normal. And like, she doesn't produce her music still. She has like 7 ghostwriters, so she's not coming up with her own lyrics. And everything else that I said about Destiny's Child applies. She has marketers, she has distributors, she has all this. I mean, has she even at least built her own record label yet? Probably not. She's probably on a record still, on someone else's, if you will, label. Like, all she has is, oh, I sing. And then everybody, oh my God, Queen Bee! Oh, so special, she sings! Oh! And then, look, she came out with that stupid country album, and that was horse manure. All that was her R&B stuff that she already does, but over a country style beat instead of an R&B beat. Oh wow, yep, this is country now. Wow, you sing over a different beat and now that makes it a whole different genre. Like, no, the genre is the genre for it's layered. Yeah, there's the music, the beat, whatever you want to call it, but there's also the twang in your singing. There's also what you're singing about, the storylines and stuff that make it country. Not just, oh, I'm going to do my R&B song, and instead of having like a rappy sounding beat, it's going to be like guitars and stuff. I'm so country. Oh, and what's even stupider is at least the song that came out. I don't remember what it's called, and I don't really care. But didn't she swear in that one a lot too? Where when she's on her own doing her R&B and stuff, she never swears. So it's almost like, what? Like, I don't even think a country has swearing. Country's supposed to be pretty, like, family music, if you will. And here she is, oh, yeah, I'm gonna try country out, motherfucker. Yeah, fuck this. Yeah. I'm a motherfucking country star now, bitch. Yeah. And it's like, what? What are you doing? But then what's really stupid is, didn't she win something for that dumb, worthless, terrible album? Like at the Grammys or something, she got something. Not Grammys, but was it the Grammys? I thought it was like a step down from that. I don't know, regardless, didn't she get something? And it's like, seriously? For her terrible, no effort country? For her country with massive air quotes? But anyways, point is, yep, that's, oh, Queen Bee. Everyone's obsessed with her. Why? Or, what's possibly even dumber, is when guys are obsessed with a girl and it's strictly just for her body. You know? Like, when I was late teen, was I late teen? Maybe I was early 20s. I don't know, somewhere in that range, late teen or early 20s. Brooklyn Decker was like the hot topic that all the guys like to talk about. And why? Because she has big jugs. Other than that, nobody cared about anything that she could offer. She could, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I think she was also the one that was in that movie, Just Go With It, Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston. But other than that, what has she done? Absolutely nothing. But you got all these guys all obsessed with her just because she has big jugs. And it's like, what a dumb reason to be, like, so invested in somebody that you don't even know. Like, she brings nothing to the table. Literally nothing. Because what she has, she didn't even work for. It was just genetics gave her big jugs. Oh, I did nothing for this. Oh, look at me. Oh, this is just all natural. I did absolutely nothing for my fame. I just existed. And because guys are dumb and horny, like, I'm able to have all this fame and money and whatever else comes with it. And yeah. Like, seriously? Or like these OnlyFans girls. That's even dumber. Like, all these stupid horny guys paying these girls, these random girls that they'll never meet, that will never give them the time of day, yet just pouring money on these girls, making them rich. And it's like, why? You know how much free porn is out there? Even if you wanted to pay for some porn, you can just, like, buy a movie from somewhere like, I don't know, Adam and Eve maybe. I've never been to one of those stores, but I'd assume that they have porn movies in there. Just do that. It'll cost you way less, too. Instead of giving some girl hundreds and hundreds of dollars that you'll never meet, go buy a porn movie. I don't know how much they are, but let's say they're like a normal movie, $30. And now you got that forever. You can watch it as many times as you want. Like, these OnlyFans girls getting as big and famous as they have is just ridiculous. Like, this shouldn't even be a thing. Makes no sense at all. This is like if there was a guy on YouTube or something and his content was just him clipping his toenails, and somehow he got like millions and millions and millions of subscribers, and all his videos were highly viewed and stuff, and it would just be like, what? It's just a guy clipping his toenails. Like, nothing special about this at all. It's just toenail clipping. And this guy's got, 15 million subscribers, and each video has, 900,000 views, and like, it wouldn't make any sense. Same as these girls. And like, I hear some of them too don't even actually go full nude or anything like that. Like, at least if you're gonna spend tons of money on some random girl, like, I'd hope it's because she's giving you everything, at least giving you the full show. Nope. Like the girl Sophie Rain, from what I understand, she's like the biggest OnlyFans creator currently. And from what I also understand, I have no idea personally. I don't look her up. I don't care. I don't go on OnlyFans. That's stupid. I've never even been on the website once, so I don't even know what the layout looks like or anything. But all I'm saying is, from what I've heard from some kind of an interview, I think it was an interview, or not an interview, maybe it was one of those podcast clips on YouTube Shorts or something. The guys were talking, who's the top 10 OnlyFans creators or whatever, and she was number one. And from what I understand, from what they said, she doesn't even go full nude. She does, like, the most she does is, like, pretty skimpy bikinis. And it's like, seriously? Like, these guys are paying all this money for stuff that they could see for free at a beach. Go to a beach, idiot. It's free. Well, maybe it's not free. Maybe you got to pay to park your car and get into the beach. But you know what I mean? In comparison to the thousands that you're wasting on some random girl to, walk around or whatever she's doing in her bikini at home, like, you could just see it for free in public. Sure, maybe it's not as private, so you can't just, like, whip your wiener out and go to town when you're at the beach. But, is it really worth thousands of dollars to be able to do that to some random girl? Or can you just get as much satisfaction just being a creep at the beach? Like, I don't get it. Or like, who else did I think of that's just ridiculous that people just fawn heavily over? Justin Bieber. Him too. I mean, mostly it's girls, and it's like, okay, I get it. I guess those are preteen girls. Preteen and, like, young teen girls that were all about him. So, okay, maybe I slightly get that, because they're just stupid. They don't realize, they're like, oh my God, Justin, he's I don't know, did they think he was cute, or what was it? Did they just like his music, or I don't know. They had something going on for him, and so, okay, fine. You're kind of dumb and immature, but still, like, the paparazzi didn't have to be all over him. He was a kid. When he was 16 and stuff, why did the paparazzi have to be all over him? They could have given him some privacy. He was a kid. Nope, they were still all over him. He was obviously all over all those dumb shows that I mentioned before. Like, they were promoting it. These are adult people running these shows and magazines and stuff, putting a kid all over it, just so then everyone else could just obsess over some random kid. Like, you can even at least wait until he's 18 and then obsess all over him for whatever dumb reason. Regardless, though, I'm sure I could come up with tons more examples of people that people are all frisky over for no reason. But the thing I'm trying to really get at is people that are really into obsessing over famous people. It's like all they are usually just an actor or a music person, a musician, whatever. What's a musician? Somebody that does magic? Girl, I don't do magic. I make songs. You know, that podcast. I don't know who the girl is that was the host, but then there's that black girl. I don't know who she was either, but she was the dumb one that didn't understand that magician and musician are different things. But anyways, yeah, my point I'm trying to make is they don't really have skills. I mean, I guess they have skills. They can act good, or they can write a song good and perform it well and all this. But what I mean is they don't have skills in the sense of something that you should really be like admiring and looking up to. You know, like, oh, I like this movie you're in. I mean, literally anybody could have got casted. It's just luck of the draw that so-and-so got casted. But, oh, yep, obsess over this guy now, or girl, because they were in that movie. Oh! You know what I mean? Like, I feel like maybe somebody that people could be, like, idolizing and looking up to would be, like, an Elon Musk type. Like, I've been a fan of Elon Musk since he wasn't even famous. I remember there was something that I had to write. I don't remember if it was late high school or my early college days, but it said something like, what do you want to achieve in life, or something, I don't know, some kind of a prompt, and you have to write like a short answer. And I put, you know, I hope to be like I want to someday be a successful professional, you know, maybe work a couple of jobs that require intellect and all this and blah blah blah. And then I mentioned Elon Musk, and at that time nobody would have known who Elon Musk was. So I think I even had to explain it. I said, you know, it's kind of like Elon Musk. I mean, he's co-founder of PayPal. He also runs Tesla cars, and he's got SpaceX that he's, at that time, he was probably just building it up. So it's like he's building up SpaceX as well, and he's doing all this, and he's just one guy, and, like, that's what I want to be like, being all these cool things, and it's just, that's me, just doing my own thing. And now look, he's built up, yeah, I know, a lot of people are like, oh, he didn't start Tesla. PayPal, he was just a co-founder with, and all this. But still, all these companies have been successful under him, so he's got something good going. Good business acumen, good marketing strategies, something. You know, Tesla is wildly successful. Most successful EV brand. You know, SpaceX is pretty successful as well. Potentially even more successful than NASA. Remember recently they had those astronauts that were stranded in the ISS, and did NASA send anybody up to save them? Nope, SpaceX did. Elon sent somebody up there. I don't know, somebody or something. I don't know if it was a manned ship, or it had to be a manned ship, right? But regardless, he was the one that sent somebody up, not NASA. Even with his I don't know, his chopstick robot thing that catches the rockets coming back, so that then they can be reused. I mean, currently rockets go up, they fall apart, and parts land in the ocean, and that's it, one and done. He's made it so then you can reuse it. Hey, maybe you only get 2 uses out of it, but hey, 2 is still better than 1. Instead of it just being one and done and broken apart, you got 2 missions out of it. That's 100% efficiency increase when you look at it statistically. So, you know, has NASA done that? No. So, you know, he's done pretty awesome innovations and stuff. He's made these companies much better than not only A, what they were when he got them, but B, better than the competition even. Way better than the competition. Like I said, SpaceX is better than NASA, and Blue Origin, that's Jeff Bezos' company. Nobody talks about Blue Origin. Like, that's just nothing. The only thing with Blue Origin that anybody even knows anything about it is because Jeff uses it to kind of pull some stunts. That's like the time a year or two ago when he went out in space, barely, just kind of touched the rim. Oh, look, I'm technically in space. And then you also had the one recently with these dumb girls that went up, Katy Perry and all those other losers who went up like, oh my God, we just barely touched space too. Oh, that's so cool. But that's all his stuff's good for too. It's just good for gimmicks. Like SpaceX is good for real stuff, saving people that are stranded in the ISS, planning to try to go and visit Mars and all this other stuff. Like, value added, not just, hey, look, I can dick around and go to space. And then Tesla. I mean, that's just absolutely crushing the EV market. Yeah, there's other EV brands, but tell me who? Exactly. Maybe Rivian? I think that's an EV brand, EV exclusive brand just like Tesla is. But Rivian, I don't want to say it's a failure, but it's nowhere near what Tesla is. I mean, I say Rivian and you probably don't even know what I'm talking about, possibly. What's Rivian? I don't know. I could be saying it wrong too. All I know is they have trucks. I don't even know if they make cars. So that's how, not developed they are. Where Tesla, I say Tesla, you know what a Tesla is. You know a couple of the cars, you might not know what they're called, but you know what they look like. That goofy bubble one, the more sleek one. Then there's the one that everybody has. The Cybertruck. Elon Musk, you think of him because he's the face of it. So anyways, yeah, I just feel like he's somebody that you should be looking up to. Oh, and even X. He took over Twitter. Yeah, okay, Twitter was a well-established platform when he took it over. But you know what? He took it over and he's made it significantly better. He chopped the workforce by how much? Like 3/4 or something crazy like that. And it's still running exactly the same as it did when it was Twitter. He cut a ton of the workforce, which means they were all doing nothing. They made no impact on how the Twitter ran. And he opened it up. Twitter was extremely becoming just a leftist echo chamber. Now it's open. Now anybody can talk. Granted, unless it's just because that's my For You page or whatever. I do see a lot of right-wing stuff, which is totally fine with me. But, so I don't know if it's almost switched and now it's more right-wing. Or, maybe it's just that right-wing ideas are the norm in this country and the leftists that were pushing things are in the minority, but yet somehow they were having heavy influence on things. And I'm thinking, it's option 2, that the leftist extreme ideas are in the minority, that these people that are really into stupid stuff like trans ideology and all this, yeah, you're a very small percentage. You just somehow had a real big mouth. And now that Twitter isn't just an echo chamber for us freaks, you're kind of silenced almost by default. Not because anybody's silencing them, it's just nobody cares to hear it. Nobody's saying there like, yeah, let me bounce this dumb idea around for you. I'm all for that. Let me cut my 2-year-old's dick off. I know he wants to be a girl. Duh. Speaking of that too, I know I'm supposed to be talking about famous people and why people are ridiculous with obsessing over them, but now that I just mentioned this, what is up with the left and their extreme obsession with trans? I just saw recently a video on, I don't remember what it was, if it was TikTok or X, somewhere I saw it, and it's this teacher who really needs to be fired and never allowed to teach anywhere, not even at a daycare or anything. But his viewpoint was all about trans. Oh, I'm teaching my students to be trans. He was trying to teach all of them to be trans. And it was like, what? First off, that's not your place. Okay? It shouldn't even be the parents' place. It's stupid that parents are pushing it. But if anything, it's the parents' place if they want to push this psycho nonsense. Not you. You're supposed to just be the teacher. You're there to teach them normal things that they're going to need to know how to relatively function in life. Basic math, reading, writing, etc. Not, oh, well, you're a boy? Well, pretend you're a girl now. You're a girl? Pretend you're a boy. But anyways, the thing I don't get is, why are they so obsessed with trans? Why is that if you're born a boy, That's terrible. And you need to be a girl. And same as if you were born a girl, that's terrible, and you need to be a boy. What's wrong with just being what you are? Why does it all have to be backwards? Like, that freak teacher basically wants a society of everybody being trans. So all the men are now women and all the women are now men. So you, at the end of the day, you still have the same type of demographics, only slightly wrong. The men are a little less manly because they're actually women, and the women are a little more manly because they're actually men, and everybody's taking hormones, and everybody's screwed up, and everybody's had this surgery because we couldn't just stay the way we were when we were born. But putting the skidding sound effect in there with my mouth. So, unfortunately, I just realized that I had a call come through that interrupted my recording. And I noticed this at 8:44, and it says that the call came in at 8:37. So that's 7 minutes that I might have been talking for without it recording, and I did not realize. Again, like I always say, I do this while I'm driving, so I'm paying attention to the road. I'm on the highway. I'm not looking at my phone. And I just happened to look down just because I was going to quit my recording, actually. So I was getting ready to tap the screen to turn it off, and then I was like, wait, what's this message? So yeah, that sucks. I mean, I guess in all fairness, I was kind of trailing off. I just like to try to make these last for my whole entire ride, so a lot of times I just say stupid stuff and add filler in and say the same thing over and over again. So I guess whatever, if stuff didn't get recorded, nothing's lost, I suppose. If stuff didn't get lost and my whole thing did record, then that's cool. I'll still add this snippet in, but this is just like a little, I don't know, asterisk, like, hey, my thing got interrupted, but I guess nothing really happened, and I'm just talking to you about the situation that occurred. But I think stuff did get missed because I didn't have to hit the stop button. It wasn't even there. Like, it already had stopped and was just like, okay, yeah, we're done. So, that sucks. But anyways, I guess that's all I got. Might as well end this for real now. So thanks for listening to this. And, yeah, until next time, I said see ya.